So, let's talk about cheating. It's a giant smack in the face, a deceiving act that punches right into the heart of the most sacred relationships, leaving souls who've been cheated on drowning in whirlpools of all sorts of feelings you can't even begin to name. Picture this. You've just found out about your other half's flirting away. You're attired in torn emotions, standing at the junction of hurt and vengeance. You know what they call this tug-of-war of feelings? It's cheekily named cheating revenge. Trust me, it's like a gut reaction, instant and raw, a bitter reflex to heal the wounds caused by a partner playing a double game. Cheating, man. It's like a sledgehammer to the heart, right? Just imagine, you've got this life, this dream, this bond that you and your partner have built brick by brick, only to have it crumble like sand through your fingers. It's like someone's shaking your world's core, with every faith and every expectation you had slowly eroding away. Now comes an avalanche of feelings for the guy who's been cheated on. Deep-seated anger, desolation to the point of despair, it's all there. But what stings the most? It's that gnawing need for payback, that craving for an eye justice. It's your heart screaming, "How dare they?" But hey, isn't it human to feel that way when you've been wronged? Yet, this yearning for vengeance, you see, it's a tall glass of water in a desert. Even though it's tempting to drink for the parched throat, it might make your journey through the desert of betrayal even harder. Does it complicate things further? You can bet it does. Ever felt like you're caught up in a tangled web, one where your partner betrays you? This video breaks it all down by delving into the world of cheating revenge, how irate husbands react when they're on the receiving end. You'd think some dish it out in a bare-knuckle face-off, right? Well, some do, but it's not just that. And it isn't just about tearing off the mask in public either, or landing a blow in court. These forms of revenge are as different as chalk and cheese, each packed with its risks and outcomes. In the midst of all this, there's a razor-thin line between justice and fanning the flames of conflict. But wait, we're not done yet. What if revenge isn't your style? There's always a way out, a way towards healing and personal growth. Wondering how? Let's peel back the layers, shall we? Through authentic, lived experiences, we'll show you how it's played out. Think it's all about just feelings and actions. Think again. Cheating, revenge, healing. They're all part of a more significant emotional jigsaw puzzle that lays bare the aftermath of unfaithfulness. Let's dive in and untangle this situation, one real-life tale and insightful psychological point at a time. So, ready to rethink revenge and explore ways to move forward? So, you've just discovered your other half has cheated, huh? It's as if a bucket of ice water has been dumped on your head, except it's 1,000,000,000 times worse. Your mind is buzzing with thoughts of revenge, waiting in the wings, itching to bring justice to your heartache. Cheating revenge. Those words hit hard, don't they? It simply means reacting to the atomic bomb that your partner's infidelity just dropped on your life. You're on an emotional rollercoaster, stung by betrayal, yearning to pay them back in kind. Picture yourself standing in front of a demolished building that was once your safe harbor of trust. That's you, a spouse wronged, grappling with the gut-wrenching reality that your beautiful love story has just turned into a transcript of betrayal. That's the gist of cheating revenge, an emotion-fueled, heat-of-the-moment response to a love that went rogue. It's the product of being pushed into a pit of emotional turmoil, wrestling with the horrifying awareness that your trust, the bedrock of your relationship, has been blasted into smithereens. Imagine getting stabbed in the gut. That's the kind of emotional agony being cheated on sparks. It's like being tossed into a raging tempest of feelings. The ride is wild, chaotic, and strangely could even end up changing you. We're talking about heartache central here, the core of the pain felt by those who have been cheated on. When the truth of a partner's betrayal comes to light, it stings like a punch, sending waves of rage, sorrow, and deep disillusionment crashing down. It's a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? You know, when someone cheats, it's like watching your wildest dreams crumble, right? All those shared plans and mutual dreams you and your partner painstakingly designed together, they suddenly seem to take on a shattered, uncertain form. It's like standing on an unpredictable, cracked terrain instead of a beautifully woven tapestry of life. But it's not just the loss of a partner that the deceived husband is grappling with. It's bigger than that. They're essentially dealing with the loss of a common identity, their shared vision of what the future holds. It's like having your heart and soul pulled out in one fell swoop, isn't it? Feeling all twisted up inside, your automatic response is hankering for payback, right? A cheated-on partner, wrestling the broken bits of trust and dreams they once shared, begins the hunt for a way to get back on top. It's about restoring some sort of balance when everything seems so unfairly skewed against them. Betrayal bears a heavy mental price, doesn't it? From the heartache sprouts the need for a little revenge. Each cheated-on husband, entangled in a web of intense feelings, continues his search for a way to fight back. So, you've been cheated on and you're on the hunt for some form of payback, huh? Well, you're not alone. Everyone's got their own way of dealing with this emotional tornado, each one unique to their own feelings. Lots of folks find a bit of peace in just laying it all out, no holds barred, face to face. I mean, who wouldn't want some sort of resolution after such an ordeal? It's pretty common for a cheated-on husband to open up that hard talk with his not-so-faithful better half. That's their way of piecing together the why, and if they're lucky, taking back the reins of their emotions. How about you? You know, when someone cheats, it's not all hush-hush. Instead, lots of people take the hurt they're feeling and kick it under the spotlight. You've seen people air their dirty laundry on Facebook or Twitter, haven't you? That's their way of putting the cheater on blast, letting everyone into their private pain, filtering through the lies and finally calling out the cheater. Think about it like this. It's a bit like confiding in your best friend, but on a much bigger stage, right? What do we really do there? By bringing this hushed secret into the light, the cheater is forced to reckon with their actions. Not just with you, but within the whole social circus. What if you were thinking about getting back at a cheating spouse the lawful way? Well, it's not as simple as packing their stuff and kicking them out. Legal payback is a whole different ballgame. For all those hurt guys out there, starting a divorce or claiming damages might seem like the perfect revenge. But brace yourself. This road is jam-packed with twists and turns. All right, think about it. Going through a legal process gives you a solid plan for retribution, sure, but it's not all easy sailing. Suddenly, you're knee-deep in complex issues. Ever thought about who gets what, as in your stuff? Division of assets isn't as straightforward as spreading your shared record collection across the lounge room floor. And if there are kids involved, who do you reckon they'll be living with? These child custody debates can really stir the pot. Instead of sweet revenge, you might just end up with a steaming plate of headaches. Yet, in talks of payback strategies, it's a bit like walking a tightrope, you see. The potential dangers, both in the face of the law and on a personal level, drive home the need to ponder and choose different ways to recover. It's okay to want justice after being cheated on, but it's vital to sail these rough seas, eyes wide open to all possible repercussions and intending to explore healthier means to deal with it all and get back on your feet. In this convoluted web of affairs and vengeance, how the wronged partners react really determines the route to their recovery journey, doesn't it? When we're caught up in that whirlwind of feelings and the burning desire for payback, it's key to remember that mending our hearts matters most after being cheated on. How we bounce back after a partner's betrayal isn't just about getting even. It's more of a voyage towards personal health and development. Think about it. Isn't personal growth a bigger win? Having your back when times get tough, your friends and family become your secret superpower during the healing process. They're like your own personal cheer squad, offering up understanding and empathy whenever you need it. Not to mention, the feeling of belonging they give you can really help when you're trying to get past the aftershocks of a partner's betrayal. Now, talking about support groups, think of them like cozy gatherings of people who've gone through the same thing. They're your safe haven, where the common thread of having survived a partner's infidelity weaves together a tight-knit community. It's like this special fabric of resilience sewn together by each person's unique experiences. You're not alone, and these groups help you realize that. How cool is that, right? You know, sometimes life throws curveballs, the kind of painful incidents that leave you scrambling to stand straight. Betrayal. Yeah, that's one of them. Now, in situations like these, chatting with a professional counselor or therapist can be super handy. They provide a safe place for you to spill all those messy feelings out, kind of like unclogging a drain, and in the process, help you learn how to deal these feelings and see things in a new light. Deciding to get a divorce is tough. It's like deciding to climb Mount Everest. The terrain is unfamiliar, and it's filled with all sorts of legal mumbo-jumbo. This is where a legal advisor comes in as a trusty Sherpa, guiding you through the labyrinth of legal terms, ensuring everything is done right, and your rights aren't stepping stones in the process. The road to healing, however, extends beyond external support. It involves a personal commitment to forgiveness and the cultivation of a mindset focused on personal growth. Rebuilding trust, whether in future relationships or the reconstruction of one's own life, becomes a gradual yet empowering process. Learning from the experience becomes a catalyst for self-discovery and resilience, transforming the aftermath of infidelity into an opportunity for profound personal development. Navigating through the messy world of revenge after cheating is like walking through a minefield, isn't it? The emotions following unfaithfulness are as real as they get. And isn't that quest for fair play often as irresistible as chocolate cake? We've wandered through the world of wronged husbands whose reactions are as diverse as a box of assorted chocolates. They've done everything from face-to-face showdowns and airing dirty laundry in public, right up to bringing the law into the picture. But it's like walking a tightrope, don't you think? You aim for justice, but you're also aware that it might just spark off a bigger fight. Hey, it's like pouring oil on an already raging fire. That's why it counts to know there are other ways to mend that broken heart. Because at the end of the day, isn't healing what we really want? You know, some real-life incidents out there have acted like warning bells, showing us how complicated and potentially harmful it can be to seek vengeance under everyone's gaze. These stories have a funny way of demonstrating how our personal choices can send ripples through society, influencing how people feel about cheating. Still, despite the stormy weather, you'll notice that a path toward recovery starts to shine through. It's a beacon, really. It whispers the importance of things like emotional backup teams, professional guidance, and diving headfirst into self-improvement when dealing with the fallout of treachery. Healing isn't just about stitching things back together, it's more like a complex dance, a careful balance between building back trust and developing tough skin and knowing yourself a bit better. As we wrap up this chat, we have to keep in mind that moving on from betrayal is one heck of a personal trek. Sure, wanting justice is perfectly okay, but going for revenge, well, it's like playing with fire. You really need to weigh the possible blowbacks. But here's the thing, there are other options like therapy sessions, support squads, or even personal development that can help wronged partners regain control of their lives. And isn't that something worth considering? Hey, what do you think about all this? Has reading about cheating revenge tickled your brain a bit? How about letting your thoughts loose in the comments section below? Ever faced the uphill climb of trying to heal after a betrayal? We'd love to hear your take on it, your personal experiences maybe. Let's all remember, the more voices that chime in, the clearer we can see this tangled, sometimes aching corner of human relationships. We always got plenty more juicy discussions brewing. Just hit that subscribe button for your regular dose of insight. We strive to explore every notch and cranny of the fascinating ride we call the human experience, and we'd love to have you along the journey. And oh, we can't thank you enough for joining this discussion. It makes everything richer, don't you think?